Hello friends, welcome to Salesforce CIMATICS video session 94. So basically in today's video, we'll just continue from wherever we had left. Okay. So let's go to CIMATICS Studio, let's go to Data Manager and let's go to Manage Data Flow and give me a moment. Um, so as you can see here, we were on this session 12. So basically today we will actually do whatever we have done on the data flow for the proper standard opportunity history object. Okay, so for that what we are going to do is, so over here let me go to data flow and let me open the last session which we did on data flow. So as you can see, we took the opportunity history, right, and we did some compute relative expression over here. Okay, for example, we took the stage name and we took the duration of stage. Okay, so that's what we will do as well in our recipe layer. So first of all, I will just go to this add input data. I will just select the Salesforce objects and let me search for it. Oh, I think, yeah, it's already over here, opportunity history. Let me, yeah, let me click on next. A bit strange, but I didn't, I didn't get to see any columns actually. Okay. Everything is selected over here. Okay, fine, it makes sense to me. Okay, it makes sense to me. That's fine. Now the next step is basically we need the compute relative node, right? So what we'll check is, so here we will have this compute relative. So basically in the compute relative, we are doing partition by opportunity ID, order by created date in ascending partition by order. So basically first thing first is I will go for this custom formula and I will enable this one. Okay. So firstly we are doing by opportunity ID and created date. So let me do that. Opportunity ID and order by created date, and of course it will be in ascending order, which is fine. The next one we are doing is previous stage name, right? That's the field name which we'll be giving. So here let me give, and the output type will be of course text. And what I will do is I will just give the lag of stage name, right? So just like we gave previous, we have something called as lag in the recipe side. So it will be lag of stage name. Okay. Okay, fine. That is done. The next part, what we have to do is, once we find the lag of stage name, right? What we are doing is we are checking the change in status. Yes, we are checking the change in status. Okay, so let me just copy this whole thing over here because it will be almost similar on the recipe section as well. So we will go to custom formula. What happened? Yeah, now we will go to multiple row formula. And here, let me first of all paste this expression. So now here, instead of this one, I will write lag lag. Okay, and this amount part I will remove the single quotes. That's fine. I will remove the single quotes from here. Firstly, actually, yeah, I did multiple, and next part is I will just put this over there. Okay, And here it will be up. Let me remove the single quotes. After that, the partition way will be opportunity ID. Okay. And order by will be order by will be created date ascending, right? Order by will be created date and ascending. Okay. The output type is of course text over here once again. So let me click on apply. Okay, so yeah, this one is also working fine if you see. Okay. Now the next part is this one, which is duration of stage. Okay, so here we have to be a little bit careful. So firstly, let me once again go over here. Let me go for custom formula. And again, I will go for multiple row formula. Once again, let me select the opportunity ID. And here, let me select created date. And this is ascending order, which is fine. And here, I will just paste this duration of stage. Okay, which is also fine up till here. Now we have to be a little bit careful because here the thing is that, as you know, we have done current of created date underscore day underscore epoch minus previous of created date, which means we are taking the day part into consideration and then we are subtracting to get the duration of stage in days. Okay. Now what we are going to do over here is probably we will actually, as you know, we have this function called current. Okay. So we will take current created date, sorry, current created date. Okay. And we will take minus of, so here we are taking current minus previous. So that means it will be lag of created date. Okay. So that's fine. We are taking the created date. Now, once we are subtracting the created date, right? What we can do is, because we have to convert it into days. Okay. So there's a function which we have to use. I think which we used previously as well when I was explaining you the derive fields. Okay. So here, what I will do is I will just copy it from here and I will just paste it over here. Okay. So basically 2 Unix timestamp, I am just converting this whole part. That's fine. And then again, I will write 2 underscore Unix underscore timestamp. Okay. And I will write this part. Okay. And of course, this will be in numbers. That's fine. And here, let me check. So I'm converting this current created date into Unix timestamp, which is giving me in terms of epoch seconds, right? And also I'm doing this same now. If I click on apply, so basically the number which I will be getting, okay. Yeah. So the number, as you can see, is showing me 000. That's fine. So here, what I will do is for this, wait, that is not duration in duration of stage. Yeah. This is coming as 0. Fine. And what I will do is here, I will just divide this whole thing by 86400. It will be like 86400. Okay. The reason being, because it's in seconds and I want it in days. Okay. So let me click on apply. So as you can see, we are getting such kind of numbers, right? So first of all, we have converted this current date, I mean the current created date, which I'm getting. I think that's what we have done over here also. Yeah, current minus previous. Okay. So here And of course, we are taking that previous date as well. Fine. And after that, we are dividing by 86400 to get it in terms of days. Okay. What we have done over here. Fine. And I think one mistake I made is probably this one I have to divide. I'm sorry. I think, yeah, I didn't put the appropriate bracket here. The bracket has to be there. Okay. And then we do, because we have to subtract first, then we have to divide. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, the duration is actually coming 0 over here. So let me just check once more. I think here what we are doing, we are taking the lag of stage name, which is fine, opportunity ID, ascending. Okay, this seems fine. And then we have whether it's up or down. Okay, so that's what we are checking as well over here. And let me check one last thing. So here, previous stage name, it's n by a, which is fine. Change in status also, it's fine. Okay. Now here, if I come, so basically this one we will get yeah, opportunity. Yeah, this is also fine, which is the change in status. Okay, this is the change in status which I'm getting. And finally, if I come over here, basically I'm getting to see the duration of stage. I think there should be one or two numbers where it should be visible properly. I don't see any numbers over here. Everything is coming in. Yeah, there is some numbers like 2, which is fine. Yeah, 78. So yeah, these are all working fine. Okay, and what I will do is I will just round it off. So we can use this function called round, right? And we can just round it off further if required, just for proper accuracy. Okay. So now let me click on apply. Yeah, so as you can see, I think this is working completely fine because I do know we don't have the proper stages. I think if you remember, we didn't have some proper duration of stage. The maximum was 78 and 2. And I think we can cross check quickly from here as well. So if I open the opportunity history data set, and let's say I want to see the stage duration, for example. Now let me go to values table. Okay. So we have something called as the duration of stage, as you can see. And if I put a filter, the duration of stage, let's say it is greater than 0. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, we get limited records, which is fine. So I think our recipe is also working fine. And yeah, we just need to give some appropriate naming convention, which we can give. But I think you got my point, like how through opportunity history, I mean, we can also find the duration of stage and others we already found earlier. And yeah, that's it about this video. So please definitely do like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, thank you.